Hi everybody, so welcome to this new video. I think this is the seventh video of this channel, so a week in English. I'm trying my best to do improvements, and thanks for the comments. I really appreciate it. And okay, so let's talk about today's subject, um, which uh, which is let's talk about finance. I don't know because I like a lot finance, and maybe I'm not sure about the fact to give you maybe advice about finance because I'm not a professional, so I must not give advice on this channel about it. However, maybe I could explain to you how how does my interest for finance um, was born. Um, so maybe let's start the video and explain since the beginning what have happened, and yeah. So let's start. I think that maybe when I was around uh 14, 14 years old, maybe something like that. Um, I wanted at the beginning to be a banker, a banker. I don't know why, but maybe because for me it was making some money and it was maybe a cool job. Maybe you were doing some mathematics, and yeah. And then I started playing a game like I already talked about it in my one of my first videos, named Eve Online. And on this game, you could use the online market, which is a market um, uh, ruled ruled by players. So the the bid and ask would um, variate would change depending on the offers in the and the demand. And so I was trying to make money on this game, so I starting to be interested to analyze the charts, and maybe to um, then do projections to trying to make some money on it. And I was wondering at the time, okay, it's very interesting. I like that. I like doing that. However, is there any real jobs um, which have the same dynamics, And so I made some research, and I found out that there were some people who were talking about trading, So uh, I discovered retail trading with people talking about analyzing charts and seeing some patterns, and analyzing each candle in the charts to determine whether the price will go up or go down, and then you could invest in the short term to make some money. So I started with demo accounts to train myself. I was watching video. I felt that this was very interesting, um, and I like the fact that you could combine this aspect with the economy, um, and then by the time I felt like I felt that um, it didn't make any sense for me to do that anymore, because I was watching videos about people telling me to, if you see that type of pattern, you must invest your money on the fall of the, I don't know, of the currency, or the rise of it. Um, However, there was no real reasons on the economic side to do that. It was only based on on charts. So I was like, okay, so when you see patterns, you want to invest or not. Um, it doesn't feel like it's very complicated, or you don't use any math about it. And I knew that people who were really making who had jobs where they were traders, real traders, not at home, but in banks. And I thought that they weren't um, doing those types of drawings on their screen. And I started to I started to how to say that, j'ai commencé à m'intéresser. I started to interest myself to a new topic, and it was not about short-term investing with trading, but it was more on the long-term side, with investing. It's totally different to trade, to be a trader and then to be an investor, because the investor is on the long term. And so I I I felt that this part was um, more on the economic side, and I was seeing much more logic in it, because you had to analyze the results of a company to maybe estimate if the price of the stock will go up or go down. And so we could really see um, the impact of crisis on the charts, and of the stock company. And so there were all of these reasons uh, which comforted me to de m'intéresser, to interest myself um, to this job, which is an equity analyst. And and so yes, I'm much more interested. No, no, no. It's not really true, because I was interested in this part of equity researches, um, to analyze all of those things, but I was thinking at the time to work in an investment bank, okay, like for example Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, or Morgan Stanley, for example, the big three. And then I realized that those companies mainly do things that I'm not looking to do that. For example, they do mainly M&A, which is margin and acquisition, and also they do trading. However, I'm not looking, je ne recherche pas à faire du trading. I'm not searching for to do trading, to trade, you know. And I'm more on the investment side, to analyze and to create portfolios, you know, and to search for the good stock, to pick the good stock to invest in, and then to make profit on it. So I recently realized that maybe I think 6 months ago, I realized that I wanted to be an portfolio manager, which is a job when somebody is giving you his money and you have to do the researches to know in which stocks you have to invest to make profits for your client, and then you take a small percentage of it for yourself. And so then it's not anymore maybe on the on the side of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, even though sometimes they propose this type of jobs. However, now I think it's more on the money management side. So what we call in French les gestionnaires d'actifs, people who are managing all of those massive portfolios and stocks, with names like BlackRock, Blackstone. Also, there is one company, I don't remember the name, but there is a Vanguard, and in Europe, Amundi Investment. And yeah, so now I think that this is what I'm um, interested on. I don't know. I'm a bit tired. I don't know how to speak in English anymore. Um, and so yeah, I think that's it for the video. I explained my journey to become to work in finance. So now the goal is to be a portfolio manager in a big company. I hope so. And yes, I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and to drop a like on this video. You can also write a comment down below. I would appreciate that. That means a lot to me. And thanks again for watching this video. Have a good night. Bye.